Hello the YouTubes, Ash back once again, and this time I'm going to be ranting about how the human race is not going to be able to survive the next generation. I did mention I was going to rant about this before, but I wanted to break it up with the Geekbox unboxing video because I don't want a constant stream of negativity on the channel. I want a bit of up and down, would be good. But I'm pleased I waited. I'm very pleased I waited. Because while I was thinking, well, not that I've really thought about what I was going to say, but while I was gestating on this video, shall we say, something popped up that caught my attention. This is it. I'll make it bigger for you so you can have a good read. Now, granted, I haven't read the actual article. This is just a reaction to this specific picture. But as you can see, what it says is a mother was outraged that her pumpkin carving kit that her son bought had a blade in it. Now, how else do you suppose you carve a pumpkin? With rubber gloves? What's her point? Now, as I said, I haven't read the entire article, so maybe her outrage is the fact that Tesco sold this kit with a blade in. But the way this picture reads, it's like she's kicking off because there's an actual blade in a pumpkin carving kit. And this is exactly why we can't have nice things. This is why the human race is not going to survive the next couple of generations. Because we have to put signs like may contain nuts on a packet of nuts. If people are buying packs of nuts and aren't expecting nuts inside them, what the fuck are they expecting? Rubber gloves. Seriously, what? Why do we need these things? Who's doing this? I remember years ago, Roy Chubby Brown did a piece about people on aeroplanes, the signs on aeroplanes saying do not open these doors when you're in full flight, and he's like, which indicates to me that someone said, I'm just popping outside for a fag. He's got a point. These signs must exist for a reason. And I know part of the reason, and I'm sorry I'm going to offend the biggest country, well, one of the biggest countries on earth, but part of this reason is America. Because of your amazing culture for suing people at the drop of a hat. The woman who sued McDonald's and won because she scalded herself on a cup of coffee because she wasn't expecting it to be hot. That happened. Look that up. That's real. It's not just the fact that she scalded herself and kicked off at McDonald's for the coffee being hot. Coffee being the hot coffee, the coffee that she ordered. The hot cup of coffee was hot. That she spilled on herself was hot. It was hot and it burned. Hot things burn. Coffee is hot. Be careful. There shouldn't need to be a sign or anything on the cup that says caution, hot coffee, coffee hot, coffee burns. It's the fact that she won the case. Some judge went, well, yeah, she's got a point. Baffles me, frightens me. I hate the world we live in. I mean, here I am, 32 years old, and I'm already feeling justified in behaving like this. I remember when I were a lad. We didn't need barriers around potholes, we just knew not to walk through them. We didn't need signs telling us what to do and where to go. Because apparently when I get old I'm going to be really posh. We used to build ramps for our BMX bikes with milk crates and a bit of wood we'd found on a construction site that we just wandered onto without a high-vis jacket or hard hat. While our parents worked down the mines without high-vis jackets and hard hats. Alright, I'm not that old, but you get the point. We had common sense back in the day. Now we're not allowed out without being wrapped in cotton wool. I mean, this is how bad it got. My last job, they used to have these things called toolbox talks, which were basically the most patronising emails you could ever likely to receive. And we got one in the middle of winter telling us how to walk on ice. Bear in mind, this was a company. This wasn't a school. This wasn't a mail shot to someone saying, tell your kids this is how you walk home on ice. No. This was going out to fully grown adults who had been walking on ice their entire lives every winter. And now suddenly there's a whole new way, specific way that you have to do it to avoid injury. Now I can understand them sending out tips on how to drive in ice because a lot of people really struggle to drive in ice and snow. That's fine. It's a different animal. But walking, you've done it all your life. You know, since you're like 1, 2 year old, you've walked. And since you've been 1 or 2 years old, winters come round every year and it gets pretty cold and you get ice and snow on the ground and you've walked through it, and if you've made it to read this email, chances are you're still alive. Why do we need to know that now? Why did I have to wait until I was 30-year-old before someone told me how to walk on ice? Why did you think that information was necessary? And I'll tell you why. It's so if we fall over in the car park, we can't sue. You can just go, well, we told you. We told you how to shuffle along on ice. America, you've crippled the world with your fucking lawsuit business. I'm also going to apologise for using the Health and Safety Gone Mad picture at the start of the video for 2 reasons. One, I stole it off Google. I don't know who holds the rights to it, so I'm very sorry. But 2, I hate that phrase, health and safety gone mad, or political correctness gone mad, because that implies that health and safety and political correctness are beings with feelings capable of going mad. I hate it. It winds me up. But it has. Someone's making these decisions. And PC culture is another thing that I really would like to touch on, but because it is the way it is, if I start ranting about things that are over the top in PC culture, I'll probably get the fucking FBI and MI5 knocking my door down and carting us away. You can't say or do anything at the minute. Now, you might have noticed on the thumbnail for this video, this picture. I know it's an extreme case, but it really does demonstrate the point I'm trying to make. We don't need to be spoon-fed information. Well, we do, but we shouldn't have to be. And so future generations are fucked, because this is just getting worse. It's practically on a daily basis now. They're coming up with some new thing that you're not allowed to do, or some procedure that you're supposed to follow. I mean, now workmen on sites aren't allowed to listen to the radio because it means that they can't hear of any impending doom. Honestly, what the actual... Add on to the fact that kids in our society now are pretty much wrapped in cotton wool from birth and locked in big Zorb bubbles for the rest of their lives, not allowed to do anything, experience anything, make mistakes and learn. We're going to have generations of soft-ass kids growing up into soft-ass adults who can't do anything for themselves. Add on to this the fact that now on sports days in schools we're not allowed to have winners and losers. They're all just participants. What kind of culture is that breeding if we can't breed competition into kids? Nobody's ever going to want to better themselves. How is the UK going to ever compete at the Olympics when everyone's grown up with participant badges and no gold medals? They've got nothing to shoot for, nothing to aim for, and they're going to be too soft to go after anything themselves anyway because they've been told all their lives, don't step outside, it's full of dangers. Society's fucked. Generations are fucked. If you did manage to watch that Idiocracy video that filmed by Mike Judge that I said on my last video, you'll see that that is exactly where we're heading. We're not going to be able to think for ourselves. We're not going to be able to do anything. We're all going to be mindless zombie morons. I'm glad that I was born when I was. I got to experience stuff. Granted, I don't do it as much now, but I've done it in the past. I did actually build ramps with milk crates and bits of wood that probably couldn't even support the weight of the bike. We went over the handlebars, we cracked our heads open. We lived, we did things. And even that wasn't as bad as previous generations. Like my dad, who used to swing off Tarzan swings and into trees and break his nose and then go out and get into a fight in the same night. He's still alive, he's still going strong, he's lived, he's learned. He knows what he can and can't do now. Something needs to happen. We need to reverse this culture. It needs to stop. We need to go back to being allowed to make our own mistakes and live and learn. That is the only way society is going to survive. I'm sure of it. So anyway, please let me know, what do you think? Are you a fan of the health and safety culture? Do you think we really need it, or do you think it's gone too far? What about PC culture? Dare you speak up about that? Because I'm not going to touch that, I don't think. I really want to. I've got a whole list of things, but because of the way the world is now, and now everyone's been sort of brought up into this PC culture, anything I say could be misconstrued, and I can't be bothered with the fallout from that. I just can't be chewed with it. But please, speak your minds, let me know. And if you do say something about PC culture, I might get involved in the comments. Speak your mind, let me know, and if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button up above, and tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell me mum. And I'll see you next time.